So vector basically is a collection of numbers in one line, like one row or one column. It's not a table, it's just one line. So for instance, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 could be a vector, one line. So these are various ways you can create vectors. You can also combine them. You can combine two vectors into one, will create a longer vector. And when we go to R, we'll do some of that stuff. Now we are in R. One thing I'm going to do really is clean the whole thing up, which I already have done it because it is empty, but just to show you. So this command cleans up the memory and all that. So I'm just going to say run, and everything is clean, and delete here all of it. And I've already put this one single. So we'll create a vector which will be a sequence from 100 to 1, but by -11, which means it's going to go down by 11 points. If I run it, there we are. 100, 89, 78, 68, going down by 11. So that's one thing there. Great sequence. Now let's put these other commands. To save time, I've already copied them from before. So here we have vector score 1. Remember again C, and here are the scores of my, say, class number 1. Score 2 of class number 2. Then I can combine them together. So basically you can combine vectors into vector. So let's just do Alt Enter or Control Alt Enter, and there we are. Length is 9, and here are the scores. You can also create a vector, suppose with repeat. So let's suppose I say, and I'm going to create, suppose, a vector of repeat, and I can say C, vector within a vector. Let's say 4, 7, and 9. And I'm going to do repeat it by 4 times. And let's just print X by putting it here. Run 479, 479, 479, 479. So get repeated. How do you get elements of a vector? And there are many ways of doing it. And this portion will show you a few ways. We want more than 23 or more. Well, there they are. How about suppose you want this or that? Less than or equal to 20, more than 35, and we have those numbers. What if suppose you have and, this and that, and there we are more than 15 and less than 35. And there are those numbers which meet the criteria between 16 and 34, really, that's what it is. So now we're going to get vector elements, and I'm going to do them all together in one shot so we can save time. Print score, a score will be printed, then we're going to work on these operations. So let's run all of them in one shot. Run. So score fifth element, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First, second, third. First, second, third. Third, fifth, and seventh. Third, fifth, and seventh. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8th. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8th one, which is 100. All but 4th and 2nd. The 2nd is 93, missing here. 4th is 100, missing here. 4th is 78, is missing here. So all but 2nd and 4th. Now let's do something different where you have a criteria. So for instance, what will happen suppose if I run this command? Say score greater than or equal to 90. If you're going to say that you'll get all the scores 90 or more, you'll be wrong. Why? Because that's not what it is. Let's see what it shows. And clear this thing. And let's also put here our score, S-C-O-R-E. Okay, we're going to print score and these ones, so we know what we're doing. See, that's what you get. 90 or more, true, false, false, true, false, false, true, false. So when you do something like this one, you're getting trues and falses. How do you get the score? Now we're going to put this one inside score right here. So this will basically give me trues and falses only, trues and false extra. I'm going to use the vector, my original, and say give me all the true scores. And now if I run it, we'll get only those ones. We'll only get the true, 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 and true. That's what we get. So we put actually condition inside a vector, and the condition basically tells you true versus false, depending on what you're looking for. Now this will be, we have already discussed in our slides, or this or that. So less than or equal to 70 or more than 90, 90 or more. Once again, look at here. If I suppose, let's just do one more time since we're learning all these things here. So let's just do like this. Copy, and we're just going to paste here, Control V. So this is going to give me again trues and falses. Run, there we are. 70 or less, true. 90 or more, true. This is in between, false. And then we put this one inside the score to get what we're looking for. Run, and now we get 45, 93, 100, etc., etc. So that's how it works out there. You first give the condition tells you true and false, and then the vector itself will give you that. Now similarly, now in this case it will be 70, more than 70, and less than 90. So if I run that, I'll get the 3, 87, 78, 84, which meet the condition. This will give you all the numbers which are not 100. Okay, so all the numbers which are not 100. So run. We have 200s here, 100, 100. They're missing. Everything else is there. They're missing. How do you modify vector elements? Well, if you can get the elements, you can also modify them the same way. And here are some examples with our original vector being here. It's quite obvious. In this case, we change third element to 50. Here, first, second, third, and fifth become 9 right there. In this case, anything more than 23 becomes 56. So anything more than 23 or more becomes 56. This is an interesting one. What we're saying here is, if any element is more than 20, make it that element plus 7, which means anything which is more than 20 will also get a 7. So 23 becomes 30, 41 becomes 48, 19, 12 remain the same, 33 becomes 40. So what's our vector? Right there, run, this one there. Now this is pretty obvious. We are saying number 5th becomes 98. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this becomes 98. So run it. And we are going to see 98 here, become 98. And then similarly, what we discussed in our slides, you can change any which way you want to, more than this one, etc. But what I'm going to show you here is, suppose anybody who scored, let's say, 70 or less will be getting 10 extra points. How do we do that? So first of all, 70 or less. So score C score 70. So these are scores 70 or less. Okay, let's check it out. Run 45 and 58. Okay, we're going to make them equal to same thing again. Score C 70. What will this do now? Won't do anything, because each score will become the score itself. We're saying assign anything 70 or less to anything 70 or less. If I run it that, and if I suppose, let's say, score here, nothing will change. Nothing has changed because they're still there. Now we're going to do our operation, which will be give everybody 10 points. So the original scores are the new scores plus 10 points. Now what will happen is 45 will become 55 and 58 will become 68. So now let's run it. There, 45 is 55, 58 becomes 68. So once again, what we did was, this is the scores which are 70 or less, and scores 70 or less, that they're equal, plus 10. Operations or vectors, if they're equal size, you simply do one-on-one. In this case, we're going to add a plus b, just add individual elements like we see here. What if they're not equal? Well, we can still perform the operations as long as the length of the longer vector is a multiple of the length of the shorter vector. So that's what we see here. In this case, our A is 6 and B is 3. So we simply cycle B again and again and again, like we're doing here. Now let's talk about vector operations. Now here I have two vectors. If I do A plus B, it will be 4 plus 3, 6 plus 2, 5 plus 4, etc. So let's just do A plus B. And there we are, 7, 8, 9, etc. If I do A divide by B, that will be 4 over 3, 6 over 2, 5 over 4. So A divide by run, and we get that one there. If you think there are too many decimals here, you can do rounding. So let's just start fresh. So I can just simply say round A over B, okay, and digits equal to 3. There we are, 3 digits. Now we're going to do is, I have two unequivalent vectors. So I am only picking the first 3 elements of B. That will be 3, 2, and 4. So B becomes now 3, 2, and 4. And there we are, A and B. So let's just do that part here. Run. A is this and B is this. What happens now if I do any operation with A and B, like multiply or divide, etc.? Well, these will keep repeating, 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 4, etc. In this case, 3 to 4 and 3 to 4. And remember what we discussed. They have to be multiple. So this is 3 and this is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. If it's a 2, 2 times 3 is 6, it's still okay. If it's a 4, it will not work, because 4 and 6 are not multiple integer multiples. Now suppose you do A plus B, 4 plus 3, 6 plus 2, 5 plus 4. Again, 5 plus 8 plus 3, 2 plus 2, and 8 plus 4. If I do A over B, it will be again same thing. One thing I forgot to mention, that you can create vector randomly also by using some random functions. There are a bunch of them out there. we are going to create here uniform distribution. That will be each number is equally likely. So let's say XX, then RUNIF, then how many do we want? We want, suppose, 10 numbers. What's the min? Min equal to, you don't have to type this min, you can simply put the number there, but this way we see what we're doing. Min equal to 7 and max equal to, suppose, 50. And let's also type it XX. So each time I run, I'll get a different set of numbers. I will do a couple of times. Run, we get these ones. Now again, we don't like them. So what you do is round. So I can just simply put here ROUND and then DIGITS equal to 0. Okay. Run. Now we get integer numbers 24, 13, etc. If I run it again, my numbers are different now, 49, 43, 7, etc. If I run it again, different numbers. So we create random numbers within uniform distribution. I can also sort these numbers. So if I simply say sort XX, run, sorted, low to high. What if I suppose I want high to low? Then I can simply say DECREASING equal to true. True. It will be decreasing now as opposed to increasing. Run, decreasing now. So this is our lesson for today. We have a lot more videos coming up in a short time. So wait for them.